Standard form.
Standard form today. It's the third form of linear equations. It totally is written very wonky and weird, but it's awesome.
And this one is a little trickier because standard form, there's no shortcut in the name.
No, like I don't know what I'm supposed to put in it.
Right. Like point and slope. Well, you had a point and you had a slope.
Right.
Slope intercept.
Slope. Y-intercept. Standard form is just
standard form.
So if you look in the middle of the page, it's ax plus by equals c. So we still have an x and a y.
Yep.
But then we have a, b, and c. A, b, and c have to be real numbers. They also have to be integers. And a cannot be negative. Oh, and a and b can't be zero. Well, I said integers, so that works. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. Okie doke. So we're first going to start with finding x and y intercepts using standard form.
Okay.
We know that y-intercept is where the line crosses the y-axis. And so if I were to cross the y-axis on y, my x value is going to be 0.
Right.
Okay. So then if I'm going to cross the x-axis for my x-intercept, my y is going to be 0.
Right.
So that's essentially how you solve for these things. So to find the x-intercept, substitute 0 for y and solve for y.
Right. So it has to be in standard form to begin. So right now it's already in standard form. Here's my ax plus my by equals c. So it's in standard form. Step 1, to find the x-intercept, substitute 0 for y. So you do just that. 3x plus 4, 0 in for y equals 24.
So ultimately, 4 times 0 goes away because it's 0. So 3x equals 24. Divide by 3, you end up with x equals 8.
So is that my answer?
Do you want them to write it as an ordered pair, or do you just want them to write it as a number?
I don't care.
Okay, so your answer could be x equals 8 or x equals 8, 0.
Okay. 8, 0. Either one of those. Are you okay with this, or do they have to put x-intercept?
X-intercept.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, this is not your answer because x equals 8 is it means something in the math world, and we'll get there in a few. Okay. I don't know when. So the x-intercept is what we're looking for.
Okay. Then you're going to essentially do the same thing for y-intercept, except for this time you're plugging in a 0 in place of x. So what I like to think about is, okay, if I'm solving for y-intercept, then y should be the only variable left over in my equation. So 4y equals 24. Divide that out by 4, end up with y equals 6.
And that's not my answer.
So my y-intercept is 6 or 0, 6.
Because that's the ordered pair where it would cross over. Okay. Do it again. Okay. For the x and y intercepts. So guys, as we move along with this, if we're trying to find the x-intercept, that means the only letter that you need is the x. Over here in the y-intercept, all you need is the y. So yes, you can still plug in for 0 like we did on that previous page, or if you're ready to advance to level 2, then you can do this.
But this only works in standard form. So there you go. So on our x-intercept, we're going to have x-intercept equals 9 or 9, 0. And then on our y-intercept, we're going to have y-intercept equals 3 or 0, 3. Cool.
There you go. Sorry.
9, 9, 0. Good.
Okay.
Okay. Graphing a line using intercepts. So this is cool. This is way easier than before.
Yeah.
You're going to solve for x-intercept and y-intercept and connect the dots.
Right.
The end. So what you need to do first, you need to know the equation of the line, which we have. 4x minus 3y equals 12.
Got it.
We need to find at least 2 points on the line so that we can connect those two. So we want to find x and y intercepts.
Okay.
So let's find those, plop them on that graph.
We found this is pretty easy. So I can just take the first one.
So 4x equals 12.
And then
negative 3y. If you missed this, I'm guaranteeing it's probably because you forgot that negative.
Yep. Okay, so we're solving for the x, which is
3. So that's going to be 3, 0.
Correct. Over here, divide by negative 3.
And we're going to have y equals negative 4, which is 0, negative 4.
Not that.
Not that.
Oh, that's because I put an x.
Oh, yeah. I was like,
0, negative 4. Got it.
So then you just put these on your graph.
Okay, so 3, 0. So I start at my origin, I go right 3, and up none. So this is my x-axis, and it's crossing over there, correct?
Correct.
0, negative 4. Origin, then go down 4.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And that's my y-axis, my y-intercept.
Okay.
Then I can connect.
So normally you tell me to go the whole graph and connect my dots and all that, but I can't do that here.
Why not?
Like rise, run, rise, run.
Oh, I was like, you just did.
Right. So
Okay.
you plot everything that you have, and all we have right here are those two points.
But then you can use your straight edge and extend the line.
To go the whole graph, not just part of it.
Awesome. Okay, again, so we
Same
know
thing.
our equation, x minus 2y equals negative 2. We're going to solve for x and y intercepts.
Okay.
So x equals negative 2.
Oh gosh, that was just really easy.
Negative 2y equals negative 2.
Okay.
So my first x-intercept is negative 2, 0. Then this one is going to be, oh shoot a monkey, what is that? 1. All right,
Easy, yeah.
so 0, 1.
Okay.
So on my x-axis, negative 2.
Right here.
Plop. And then my y-intercept is at 0, 1. Oh, those are so close together.
Have no fear. A straight edge will come in and remind us that we're
You've been pretty spot on with that today.
That's good.
I'm always off a little bit.
Well, you know, I'm going to really mess up the next one. Okay.
All right. So graphing horizontal and vertical lines. Okay. So if A equals 0 in standard form, so the very first term, if you have a 0 in front of x, then you can write that equation where it's just y equals b.
Okay.
Well, I'm just reading what it says.
I know, it's worded so poorly.
It's so wonky.
Yeah.
Or if b equals 0, then you write it x equals a, where a is a constant. So this is kind of weird. Let's look and see what it says.
Yeah.
So in
yeah.
a, it says x equals 3.
Okay.
So then they wrote it in standard form. 1x equals or plus 0y equals 3.
Okay.
So that makes more sense. Now I understand. So then we have a horizontal, I'm sorry, that's a vertical line at 3 because x is 3. Always. Every time x is 3. So it's going to be right there on that line. We also have on the other side a horizontal line,
right?
Y equals 3, which is a horizontal line at 3.
Right.
So it's really, that's pretty much it.
So this is where your notes came into play. I don't know if you discussed this.
We did. We did.
So Hoy bucks. So if you have, I know it's funny, right? Hoy bucks. So a horizontal line when y equals, or a vertical line when x equals. The O stands for 0 slope, and the U stands for undefined slope.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Good.
So that can help us out any way that we can help us out here.
And there's slope guide.
Let's do it. Yeah.
So x equals negative 1. I know I'm going to have x is a part of vux, so it's going to be a vertical line at negative 1.
So vertical line at negative 1.
Which is right there. Wow, it like totally turned.
It did.
That's way cool.
Okay.
And then y equals 4. That's going to be Hoy.
That's a y. Put the Hoy or put the y in there.
So we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to be horizontal. So awesome.
And it's just that easy, guys.
It's way easy.
As long as you're using a straight edge, life is great.
That's true. All right, so now we're going to take an equation, which this one looks to be in slope-intercept form, and translate it or transform it into standard form.
Which is ax plus by equals c.
And again, a, b, and c have to be integers, and a cannot be negative.
Got it.
So, first thing I see...
I need my x and y on the same side.
On the same side. So I see that we have negative 3/7 x, so let's add that to get rid of it on the right and move it over to the left. So those went away. Now I have unlike terms, which is perfect, 3/7 x. And I believe that is plus y, positive y, equals 5.
Okay. So you said they have to be integers.
Right. 3/7 is not an integer.
Okay.
So one thing that I know about fractions, if I want to eliminate the denominator of a fraction, I literally have to multiply by that whole number.
Denominator.
Yeah, by that denominator. So we're going to multiply this whole thing by 7.
Okay.
So when I do that...
So you're saying 3/7 times 7 over 1.
Correct.
Right?
Which is
give me
21 over 7 or 3 over 1.
Okay.
Which is ultimately ultimately you're eliminating that denominator. So 3x,
Okay.
then 7 times y is 7y, and then 7 times 5 is 35. Now I always go back and check my rules.
Okay.
A, B, and C have to be integers.
3, 7, 30, yes.
And A cannot be negative.
Okay, it's positive.
Done. That was easy. It's so fun.
Yay.
I love this stuff.
Done.
Okay, let's try it again.
This is set up like the exact same.
Yeah, it has 3/5 instead of 3/7.
Yeah.
We're going to do the same thing.
Okay.
All right, so first thing I need to do is add 3/5 x, or whatever. I need to rearrange it so my x is on the other side.
Okay.
So 3/5 x plus y equals 4. Now, get rid of that fraction by
Right.
multiplying by the denominator.
They all have to be integers.
Mm-hmm.
So, the 3.
I was going to say, I was like, wait, I think it should be 5.
Okay.
Okay.
My answer is 3.
3x plus
5y,
5y
because we're distributing.
equals 20.
Okay.
Yeah, again, we just took that 5 and multiplied it by every single thing inside the parentheses.
Yeah. So
Awesome.
if you wanted to loop it,
Mhm.
feel free.
Okay. Using standard form as a model. Okay, so we're going to write an equation and then find x and y and then graph it. Okay, so a media download store sells songs for $1 each and movies for $12 each, and you have $60 total to spend.
Got it.
So we want to know how many songs plus movies can I buy?
Okay.
Okay, so I think the first thing, what are 3 combinations of numbers and songs?
I think you'll find that from the graph.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's first define our variables.
Okay.
X, let's have X equal songs.
Okay.
And let's have Y do B movies.
Got it.
Because I know I'm using standard form, I want to use those variables.
Okay.
Okay, I also know that it's $1 per song. So
Okay.
$1 times
So
X.
1 song.
Yep. Plus $12 times the movies
Okay.
equals $60 because that's all I have.
So that's step 1.
So that's step 1 is my equation. Then we find X and Y intercepts.
Okay. So x equals 60.
Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That was easy. And then
And
12y equals 60.
And then y equals
5. All right.
So I have 60, 0,
Mm-hmm.
and 0, 5.
Cool. So then I'm going to put this on a graph. All right.
Little
So,
guy, sorry.
yeah. So let's label first. The x-axis is going to be songs.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And my y-axis is movies. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. So I have my x-axis is 0 to 60.
Okay.
So, I don't know, I'll go by tens, I guess.
Maybe
5
fives.
movies? Okay, so then skip 10, 20, 30.
Sorry, guys, this is real ugly.
What happened?
I don't know.
I think 30 is too close.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll go 10 and then skip 20
20.
and then skip 30, skip 40, skip 50.
Ah!
Oh, shoot. Guess we can't do that.
Okay.
So we'll just go by, let's just do tens regular. So 10, 20, 30. Wow, it's so teeny.
I know.
Can you see it? You can, if you're watching it on your phone, you're probably like trying to blow it
I'm
up.
sure you're loving our squint eyes.
Okay, so 67.
Okay.
Okay, so that's songs, and I know
Ooh.
that my x-intercept is 60 songs. Because,
Okay.
and what that means is if I were to buy 60 songs,
That's my whole budget.
that's your whole so I buy 0 movies. So if you
Mhm.
look at that x-intercept of that ordered pair, 60, 0, that's 60 songs, 0 movies.
That makes perfect sense.
Other side is 0 songs, 5 movies.
Okay, so I can go up by whatever I want here.
Mhm, we gotta go quick because we only have a minute left.
Oh, no. Okay.
All right, so then 5 movies, plop it on,
Yeah,
and
might
then
be fine.
connect. Now, here's something for you. You have no arrows.
Oh, sorry, I clicked the wrong one.
That's all right.
No arrows.
No arrows. So we'll just, no arrows because you can't have more. Again, this is the similar situation.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you go ahead and pause? We will come back at you with the answer in 1 second. Pause now.
Okay, so first we identified our variables. X is ride tickets and Y is game tickets. Then we set up our equation. 50 cents per X and then Y. Here it is, here it is.
So ultimately we have 25 games and 0 rides,
Mm-hmm.
or 10 rides and 0 games, or any combination in between.
You got it.
So here's your lesson check. We'll see you.
On the flip side,
Sayonara.